Everything in life changes. This is something we all know, but sometimes we forget. When something good happens, we want it to stay forever. When something painful happens, we want it to go away quickly. But both the good and the bad are only visitors. They do not stay. Imagine a river. The water flows and never stops. You cannot step into the same water twice. Life is like that river. It keeps moving. Our thoughts, emotions, bodies, relationships. None of these stay the same. Yet we often try to hold on. We try to stop the river from flowing. This brings suffering. Many people think happiness means holding on to good things and avoiding bad things. But life doesn't work that way. Even the most beautiful flower will one day lose its color and fall. Even the brightest day will turn into night. If we understand this deeply, we can begin to live differently. When you see that change is natural, you stop fighting it. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, you say, "This is part of life." It does not mean you become cold or stop feeling. It means you stop resisting. And when you stop resisting, a calm feeling appears inside you. You may lose something or someone important. This is painful. But the pain is not only from the loss. It also comes from the belief that things should stay the same. If you let go of that belief, you still feel the loss, but it becomes softer. You can breathe through it. You can live with it. Accepting change is not easy, but it is powerful. It gives you strength. It helps you stay steady when life moves quickly, or when it becomes difficult. Like a tree with deep roots, you may bend, but you don't break. So remember this. Nothing lasts forever. Not joy, not sorrow. Everything comes and everything goes. When you see this clearly, you don't have to fear change anymore. Instead, you can face it with peace. Many people spend their whole lives chasing happiness. They believe, if I get what I want, I will be happy. So they look for the perfect job, the perfect partner, the perfect place to live. They collect money, success, and praise. But even when they get these things, the happiness does not last. Why? Because everything in this world changes. The job becomes stressful. The partner makes mistakes. The beautiful home gets old. When we depend on these things for happiness, we are always worried. We are afraid to lose them. We become tired from always needing more. Happiness that depends on outside things is not strong. It comes and goes, just like the weather. One day the sun shines, and we feel good. The next day it rains, and we feel low. If we let life control our mood, we become like a leaf in the wind, blowing here and there. Some people think, if I just try harder, I will finally be happy. But this creates more pressure. They become tense, always looking for the next thing to fix or improve. They do not rest. They do not enjoy the moment. They are always chasing something that stays just out of reach. There is nothing wrong with enjoying good things. But if we cling to them, we suffer. The more tightly we hold, the more it hurts when they change or go away. True peace comes when we stop chasing and start seeing clearly. Instead of asking, how can I be happy all the time? We can ask, can I be okay even when life is not perfect? This small change in thinking opens a door. It helps us find a deeper kind of peace, one that doesn't disappear when things go wrong. When we stop trying to force happiness, something surprising happens. We become more calm. We become more open to life as it is. And sometimes, in those quiet moments, when we are not chasing anything, we feel a gentle kind of joy, not loud or exciting, but warm and steady. This is not the happiness that shouts. It is the kind that sits quietly with you, even when the world is not perfect. And that kind of joy is worth more than gold. Life brings many emotions. Sometimes we feel joy, sometimes sadness. At times, we feel angry, excited, afraid, or lost. These emotions can be strong, like a storm in the sky. They rise suddenly and can shake us deeply. But we do not need to follow every storm. We can learn to stand in the middle. When a strong feeling comes, most people do one of two things. Some fight it. They try to push it away or hide it. Others follow it completely. If they feel anger, they act with anger. If they feel sadness, they fall into despair. But both of these paths bring more pain. There is another way. We can feel the emotion, but not be controlled by it. We can notice the storm without becoming the storm. This is the middle path, not pushing the feeling away, but also not letting it take over. It is like standing on the shore and watching the waves rise and fall. This middle path does not mean you become cold or numb. It means you stay steady. You allow the emotion to move through you, like wind through trees. The tree does not stop the wind, but it does not fall either. It stays rooted. In the same way, we can stay grounded inside ourselves. When you feel upset, pause. Breathe slowly. Ask yourself, what is really happening in me right now? Don't rush to fix it or explain it. Just watch. You may see that the feeling rises, stays for a time, and then begins to fade. This is the nature of all emotions. They are not permanent. Learning to stay with your feelings, without fear or judgment, is not easy. But with practice, it becomes more natural. You begin to trust that no matter how strong the emotion, it will pass. You don't have to run or hide. You can face it gently. In this way, you begin to walk the middle path, not too tight, not too loose, not running away, not chasing after, just walking steadily through each moment with calm awareness. The storm may still come, but you no longer lose yourself in it. And that changes everything. Much of our pain does not come from what happens, but from what we expect it to happen. We imagine how life should be, how people should treat us, how things should turn out, how each day should go. And when reality is different, we suffer. Expectations are like invisible rules we carry inside. We may not even notice them, but they are always there. My friends should always understand me. I should never fail. Life should be fair. These thoughts feel normal, but they create pressure. And when life doesn't follow these rules, we feel hurt, angry, or lost. Of course, it is natural to hope for good things. It is human to want love, success, and peace. But when we hold on too tightly to how we think things should be, we close our hearts to how things really are. And this creates a gap, a space between expectation and reality. And that space is where suffering grows. Let's say someone speaks to you with harsh words. That is painful, yes. But often, the deeper pain comes from the thought. They shouldn't talk to me like that. That belief adds a second layer of pain. It is not just the moment that hurts. It's the resistance to what is happening. When we begin to notice our expectations, we can loosen our grip. We can say, I see. I was hoping things would go another way. This doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we stop demanding. And in that space, we find freedom. Letting go of expectations does not mean giving up. It means meeting life as it is, not just as we want it to be. It means learning to respond instead of react. This makes us stronger. It opens the door to understanding and peace. When we live with fewer expectations, we feel lighter. We stop fighting the flow of life. We stop blaming others or ourselves when things don't go as planned. Instead, we begin to say, "This is what's here. What can I learn from it?" In this way, even painful moments can become teachers. And slowly, the world starts to feel less heavy, not because it changed, but because we did. We all want to know what will happen next. We plan our days, make goals, and try to control the future. This gives us a sense of safety. But deep down, we know the truth. Life is uncertain. No one can fully predict what tomorrow will bring. This uncertainty can feel scary. It can make us anxious. We ask questions like, what if I fail? What if I lose someone I love? What if things don't work out? These questions spin in our minds, and we feel trapped. But the problem is not uncertainty itself. The problem is our fear of it. Uncertainty is part of being alive. The sun may shine today, but rain may come tomorrow. People change. Situations shift. Our own thoughts and feelings rise and fall like waves. Trying to control all of this is like trying to hold the wind. We cannot do it. But here is something important. We don't need to control everything to be okay. We can learn to live with not knowing. We can find peace even when the future is unclear. Think of a bird sitting on a branch. It does not fear the branch breaking because it trusts its wings. In the same way, we don't need to know every answer. We just need to trust that we can meet whatever comes, one step at a time. When fear of the unknown appears, pause. Notice the feeling. Don't push it away. But also, don't let it decide everything for you. Say to yourself, yes, I don't know what will happen, but I'm still here. I'm still breathing. And that is enough for now. The more we practice this way of being, the stronger we become. We no longer freeze when life surprises us. We stay present. We move forward slowly, but with steady feet. Uncertainty can even become a gift. It reminds us that we are not in control of everything. And that's okay. It teaches us to be humble. It helps us let go of pride and learn to trust life more deeply. When we stop fearing uncertainty, we discover a quiet strength inside. We don't need every answer to feel peace. We only need to meet each moment as it comes, with courage and an open heart. No one wants to suffer. We all hope for easy days, kind people, and smooth paths. But life gives us more than comfort. It gives us challenges, losses, and pain. These moments are hard, but they also carry something valuable if we are willing to look closely. Pain often wakes us up. When everything is going well, we don't ask deep questions. We stay busy. We take things for granted. But when life becomes difficult, we pause. We begin to wonder, what really matters? Who am I beneath all these roles and plans? In this way, suffering can open a door to deeper understanding. Think about a time when you went through something hard. Maybe you lost something important. Maybe someone disappointed you. In that moment, it hurt. But perhaps later, you saw something clearly. You became stronger. You let go of something you didn't need. Or you grew more kind toward others who also struggle. That is the hidden gift inside difficulty. This does not mean we should look for pain or pretend it doesn't hurt. Pain is real. Sadness is real. But they are not empty. They can carry meaning. They can help us grow in ways comfort never could. When we stop seeing hard times as mistakes, we become more peaceful. We begin to understand that life is not only about feeling good. It is about becoming whole. And sometimes, the parts of us that are asleep can only wake up when we are shaken. In difficult moments, ask yourself, what is life trying to show me right now? You may not get an answer right away, but by asking the question, you open yourself to learning. You begin to see your own heart more clearly. Often, we discover that we are more patient than we thought, more caring, more brave. We learn to walk through fire, not run from it. And on the other side, we carry a quiet power that no one can take from us. So when the path becomes steep, don't only wish for it to end. Look for the lesson. Trust that this moment, as hard as it is, may shape you in a beautiful way. The world is full of noise, sounds, messages, opinions, news. It never stops. Even when we are alone, the noise continues in our minds. Thoughts about the past, worries about the future, plans, regrets, hopes. It is like a room where many people are speaking at once. In such a place, it is hard to hear your own voice. But inside each of us, there is a space that is quiet, a space that does not rush. It is not touched by the noise of the world. This space is always there, but often we forget it. We are so busy listening to everything outside, we stop listening to what is within. This inner silence is not empty. It is full of clarity. In this silence, we begin to see things more simply. We begin to understand what really matters. We stop chasing so many things. We stop reacting to every small wave. And slowly, we come home to ourselves. You do not need to go to the mountains to find silence. You can begin where you are. Start by noticing the noise, not just sounds, but thoughts. Notice how fast your mind moves. Notice how often it pulls you away from the present moment. Then gently return to stillness. Take a slow breath. Feel your feet on the ground. You are not trying to stop your thoughts. You are just stepping back from them, like watching clouds pass in the sky. You are the sky, not the clouds. This silence may feel unfamiliar at first. Some people even feel nervous in quiet. But over time, you will come to see it as a friend. It does not judge. It does not rush. It simply waits for you to return. In a noisy world, finding this quiet place is a kind of strength. It helps you hear more clearly. Not just the world, but your own heart. You stop being pushed and pulled by everything outside. You begin to act from a deeper place. Even in the middle of chaos, you can carry this silence with you. It becomes your ground, your shelter, your true home. Many people think that to find peace, they must stop caring. They believe that if they feel too much, they will suffer. So they try to shut down their hearts. They avoid closeness. They tell themselves, it's better not to get involved. But this is not peace. This is fear wearing a mask. True peace does not come from turning away. It comes from turning toward life, with open eyes and an open heart, but without clinging. This is called detachment. It does not mean coldness. It means freedom. You care deeply, but you do not lose yourself. When you are attached to something, a person, a result, an idea, you hold on tightly. You think, I need this to be okay. And when things change, as they always do, you feel pain, fear, or anger. Your peace disappears. But when you are detached, you still care. You still love. You still work and try your best. The difference is, you are not controlled by the outcome. You understand that people will change, that plans may fail, that nothing outside you can give lasting peace. And so, you remain steady, even when life does not go your way. This kind of detachment takes strength. It is not easy. It means standing in the middle of love, loss, joy, and struggle, and not running. It means feeling everything, but not drowning in it. Think of a parent watching their child grow. They care deeply. They protect and guide. But one day, they must let go. If they try to control everything, they create suffering for both themselves and the child. But if they remain open and flexible, they can continue to love without fear or control. This is the heart of detachment. Love without chains, action without demand, presence without grasping. It is the way of balance. Indifference says, I don't care what happens. Detachment says, I care, but I trust the flow of life. One closes the heart, the other opens it wide and lets life pass through without holding on. And when we live this way, we find peace that does not depend on everything going right. It is a peace that moves with the world, not against it. Life brings us both joy and sorrow. Sometimes they even come together. One moment we are laughing with someone we love. The next, we are facing loss, change, or disappointment. Many people try to run from sorrow and rush toward joy, but both are part of the same road, and we cannot skip over either one. When we rush through joy, we miss it. We are too busy trying to hold it, take a photo, or think about what comes next. And when we rush through sorrow, we do not truly feel it. We try to hide, distract ourselves, or pretend it's not there. But both of these moments, joy and sorrow, deserve our full attention. Walking slowly means being present with whatever is here. When joy comes, let it fill you gently. There is no need to chase it or hold it too tightly. Enjoy it like sunlight on your skin, warm, soft, and passing. And when sorrow comes, meet it with care. Don't push it away. Listen to it. Sit with it like you would with a dear friend who is crying. Some people think moving slowly means weakness, but in truth, it is a kind of courage. It takes strength to feel fully, to stay open when your heart is breaking, to smile without fear of losing that smile. This is the strength of someone who has walked through fire and still chooses softness. The world moves fast, but you do not have to. You can choose to pause, to breathe, to notice the small things, a kind word, a bird in the sky, the taste of your tea. These small moments are where life happens. They are easy to miss when we are always running. By walking slowly, you begin to live more fully. You stop trying to hold only joy and avoid only pain. You begin to welcome both, not because sorrow is easy, but because you trust that it has its place. It, too, is part of the journey. Joy teaches us to open. Sorrow teaches us to deepen. And when we walk slowly through both, we become more whole, more real, and more at peace with all that life brings. Many people think peace comes only when everything is going well, when their health is good, their relationships are smooth, and their plans are working. But this kind of peace is fragile. It disappears the moment something changes, which it always does. True peace is different. It does not depend on outside conditions. It comes from within. It is quiet, steady, and deep. It does not rise and fall like emotions do. It is not shaken by success or failure, praise or blame, gain or loss. It is like the bottom of the ocean, still and calm, even when waves crash on the surface. This peace does not mean you feel happy all the time. It means you are not pulled apart by every change. You can be sad without falling apart. You can be happy without needing to hold on. You begin to live from a place that is deeper than mood, deeper than thought. How do we find this kind of peace? We begin by seeing clearly. We stop looking for something or someone to complete us. We stop thinking, I'll be okay when this or that happens. Instead we say, I choose to be at peace now, in this moment, just as it is. This is not a one-time decision. It is a daily practice. Some days are easy, some days are not. But each moment gives us a chance to return, to come back to that quiet place inside that does not rise and fall with the world. You might still feel fear, anger, or sadness. That is natural, but you do not have to become those emotions. You can let them pass, like clouds in the sky. You can stay rooted, even when life feels uncertain. This is true freedom. When peace does not depend on getting what you want, it becomes unshakable. It stays with you in joy and in pain, in sunshine and in storm. It becomes part of who you are, not something you reach for, but something you return to. And in this kind of peace, you find something precious, not just escape from suffering, but a way of being fully alive in a world that constantly changes. As we come to the end of this journey together, I invite you to take a moment, not to remember every word, but to feel the spirit behind them. In a world full of change, noise, and pressure, the most powerful thing we can do is remain steady within ourselves. Steadiness is not something we are born with. It is something we grow, step by step. Sometimes we fall, sometimes we forget. But each time we return to ourselves with kindness, we become a little stronger, a little quieter inside. To be steady does not mean to feel nothing. It means we feel deeply, but we do not get lost. It means we walk with care, no matter what rises around us. We stop chasing only pleasure, and we stop fearing discomfort. We begin to live with open eyes and a peaceful heart. In this life, joy will come and go. So will sorrow, success, failure, love, loss. They are all part of this path. But underneath all of it, there is something unchanging, a still place within you that can hold everything, without breaking. When you live from that place, you bring peace not only to yourself, but to those around you. Perhaps some words in these talks stayed with you. Perhaps you simply felt a sense of calm. Either way, I'm grateful you took this time. I know there are many things calling for your attention. That you chose to be here means a great deal. To those who have taken a moment to like this video, to subscribe to the channel, or to share your thoughts in the comments, I sincerely thank you. Your kindness and presence support this space, and I feel it deeply. And for those who have sent a super thanks, your generosity touches me. It helps me continue sharing these reflections with care and simplicity. I hope these words meet you gently, wherever you are. And if life feels heavy, I hope you remember. You do not have to rush. You do not have to be perfect. Just take one quiet step, and then another. That is enough. Thank you for walking with me.